is concerned. We're live on Facebook and as well as on YouTube, and you can as well send us your feedback through our SMS line, that is 23059. This is EBN Weekend Edition, and EBN Weekend Edition starts now. And President William Ruto has dismissed opposition claims that they are gaining ground ahead of the 2027 elections, asserting that his track record of development will speak to voters at the ballot. Now, speaking at a service at JCM Church in Kiambu County, President William Ruto said that Kenyans would ultimately decide whether to grant him another term, highlighting the achievements of his development agenda. Now, during the address, he also announced plans to construct an expressway at Thika Highway, with work scheduled to commence in September this year, signaling his continued focus on infrastructure as a key pillar of his administration.
Wakati tulisema bottom up haikukuwa slogan, ilikuwa ni mpango. Tuliwaambia kina mama wetu ya kwamba pale wanafanya biashara tutawapangia mahali pazuri pa kufanya biashara. Mahali kuna stima, kuna maji, kuna usafi, kuna cold room, kuna storage. Leo mimi nafurahi Kiambu. Na wauliza nyinyi viongozi, tuwache kunyosheana vidole ya lawama. Let us solve the problems that emanate in Kiambu County. You have the responsibility to solve the problems of Kiambu County because you are the elected leaders. Nego kana tiguo? Tunaelewana? Tunaelewana? Kwa hivyo na wauliza viongozi, let us take up our responsibility so that we can support Kiambu County. Na waomba viongozi tushirikiane, tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Sisi wote, mimi, Wamatangi, Kimani, Kingara, Wamuradha, huyu ndugu yangu wa Kawanjiko, Karobio hapo, Kagombe pale, Mama Simba hapa. Sisi sote mmetuchagua. Sisi sote mmetuchagua. Mmetupigia kura. Leo Kiambu County, pesa ambayo tunatumia hapa mwaka huu peke yake ni bilioni 15. Barabara tulikubaliana na nyinyi ya dualing ya kutoka pale Pangani mpaka Denderu. Hiyo barabara ni shilingi bilioni 22, na tuko na hiyo pesa. Contractor anakuja hapo, tutajenga, tutamaliza. Tutaunganisha hii barabara kutoka Kamakis hapa, mpaka ifike Kiambu Town. Na nimewaeleza watu wa Kiambu, na hata hiyo amuku niomba, mimi nimepanga mwenyewe. Nikasema hii jam, si mnajua pale tukipita Githurai inaanza jam, inasumbua watu mpaka kufikia Museum Hill. Mimi nimewaeleza saa hizi na wapangia vile tulijenga ile barabara ya expressway kutoka Jomo Kenyatta mpaka Westlands. Sasa nafanya ukarabati mambo kidogo kidogo. Mwezi wa 9 mimi nakuja hapa kuanzisha expressway ya watu wa Kiambu ya kutoka hapa Thika mpaka Museum Hill.
While still on matters politics, principals of the United Opposition have intensified the criticism of what they describe as the growing use of hired guns to disrupt church services and political rallies, warning that the trend threatens constitutional freedoms of worship and assembly. Now, speaking during a church service at PCA Utawala Parish in Embakasi East constituency, Nairobi County, the opposition leaders said every Kenyan is entitled to fundamental rights that must be safeguarded. Now, the team led by Rigathi Gachagua, leader of the DCP, faulted the government for what they termed as inaction in asserting the individuals allegedly responsible for the chaos at public gatherings. Gachagua, a former deputy president, maintained that failure to act against perpetrators has emboldened lawlessness.
I am happy that our church was attacked by goods and police in Wales in April last year. 10 months down the line, The gurus have never been arrested. Again, our PCA church in Kariban was attacked by gurus and police. Nobody has ever been arrested.
Mr. President, you have once again misread the mood of the country. Because in 2024, when Gen Z were having demonstrations, again the government misread the mood of the country. We woke up one morning in a country that has been peaceful, citizens of the country who are armed with nothing overran parliament. And these citizens raised specific issues. Since that time, nobody, even this government, has been coherent enough in saying this is what Gen Z were raising and these are the solutions we are provided. Tukaendelea na sarakasi ya kawaida. Abracadabra ya cabinet, badilisha huyu, then you end up here, so on and so forth. Story, and so on. You have once again misread the mood of the country. Mimi nafikiri, I am not a prophet and I have no credentials to prophesy. Tukiendelea hivi, we are headed the wrong direction.
You agree with me, the city center is not a place to do business. It's a place inhabited by police-assisted goons, wahuni ambao wamepatiwa mamlaka na serikali ya William Ruto. I will be very careful, Mheshimiwa CS, tukienda huko Kisii kesho, nikubali or not address William Ruto as Mr. President. People are tired. Watu wamechoka. Watu wanataka, this is revolution time. Bato wenyewe imeletwa ndani ya kanisa. And the church, in fact, I would have expected that when we went to visit Inspector General Kanja, the church leadership should have joined us. Dress properly, say we will not accept what happened at Witima, ACK Church. We can't understand what happened in Mwiki. We will not accept it.
Kanisa muendelee kuombea taifa letu. Sababu what is happening in our country is a violation of our constitution. Our constitution guarantees certain rights and freedoms. One of the most sacred of all is that of freedom of worship.
All right, moving on, preparations are in full swing ahead of the United Opposition's highly anticipated 3-day tour of Kisii and Nyamira counties, with residents urged to maintain peace and order before, during, and after the political engagements in the Gusii region. Now, the visit is expected to draw significant public interest as opposition leaders intensify grassroots mobilizations efforts. Now, on Sunday, top officials from Jubilee Party are scheduled to officially open the party's Nyamira County officials just a day after launching the regional headquarters in Kisii. The move signals renewed political activity in the region as parties position themselves ahead of the future contest. Now, the tour will culminate on Monday with a series of high-profile rallies hosted by Jubilee Deputy Party Leader Dr. Fred Matiang'i. Among leaders expected to attend are Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua, and Eugene Wamalwa, alongside other members of the opposition coalition.
Us to decide who our flag bearer is must be through scientific methods and formula.
Mimi nataka kuwauliza tukue na heshima, tusaidie Fred Okengo Matiang'i ili aweze kuwa rais. Nyumbani tutamsindikisha mpaka asubuhi sana, ikifika saa 4 amefika nyumbani.
From Monday through Wednesday, we shall host a historic engagement with our people, a moment of dialogue and a renewed hope for our great nation. As a region known for its resilience, wisdom and political awareness, we in Kisii and Nyamira counties are ready to stand firm in shaping the future of Kenya.
For us to decide who our flag bearer is must be through scientific methods and formula.
Mimi nataka kuwauliza tukue na heshima, tusaidie Fred Okengo Matiang'i ili aweze kuwa rais. Nyumbani tutamsindikisha mpaka asubuhi sana, ikifika saa 4 amefika nyumbani.
From Monday through Wednesday, we shall host a historic engagement with our people, a moment of dialogue.
All right, moving on, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua at the same time and leaders of the United Opposition have outlined key policy pledges they plan to implement if they assume the government. Speaking at public gatherings, Gachagua had highlighted initiatives including the reinstatement of free education, reintroduction of the National Hospital Insurance Fund, that is NHIF, and the abolition of the Social Health Authority, that is SHA. Now, on political front, the opposition leader did not hold back, sharply criticizing President William Ruto's administration, claiming that the government has failed to deliver on key promises and adequately address citizens' concerns.
Sisi tunataka tupate nafasi. Tukipata serikali tulegeshe masomo ya bure ya primary school ambaye tulipewa na Rais Mwai Kibaki. Tunataka tukipata serikali masomo ya day secondary school ikuwe bila malipo. Tunataka tukipata serikali tufukuze mnyama anaitwa SHA, turegeshe NHIF na tuirekebishe. Katika serikali yetu vijana hawatatekwa nyara na hawatapigwa risasi. ODM iko mara mbili, ile ODM Bonoko, ile ya Kasongo na Oburu, na ile ODM halali ya Sifuna na Babu Owino. Hivyo hapa Kanairo, wacha kidogo, hapa Kanairo tukubaliane, gavana, senator, women rep, wabunge wote 17, wakilishi wodi 85 watachaguliwa na vyama ya muungano wa upinzani. Tumekubaliana. Tumesema hapa Kanairo, Kasongo na UDA wasipate hata kiti moja ndani ya jiji Nairobi. Na ile ODM Bonoko, ile ya Wanga na Oburu na Juneti na Kasongo wasipate kiti hata moja katika jiji la Nairobi.
2023-24 jenzi wakawawa, hadi sasa hawajapata haki yao. Tunasema for justice to be done, Ruto must. Ruto must. Kurekebisha elimu, Ruto must. Afya, nilikuwa waziri wa Uhuru. Sisi tulisema linda mama wa mama wetu, ukienda hospitali watibiwe bure. Uwe bibi wa bodaboda, uwe bibi wa mwalimu, uwe bibi wa daktari, ukifika kwa hospitali unazaa bure, serikali inasimamia. Ruto kuingia na bottom up, akatoa linda mama, akaleta SHA, sho. Imeharibu maisha yenu, hajaribu jamani. Ni miezi michache imebaki Embakasi. Kanairo ni miezi michache imebaki. Kasongo asonge Sugoi, tuchukue serikali turudishe linda mama.
Right, at the same time, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has condemned certain political leaders for allegedly inciting violence during their rallies as a way to boost personal popularity. Speaking during a Sunday church service at AIC Kipkelon Church in Kericho County, Murkomen warned that strict action will be taken against anyone found engaging in unrest at political gatherings, especially during this elections preparations period.
I want to request politicians, wale walikuwa Kakamega jana, wale walikuwa Nyeri, wale wamekuwa Nairobi, nendeni mikutano kwa amani. Nenda mkutano, tutaweka polisi kwa hiyo mkutano, lakini msitupatie hii comedy yenye mnaenda mkutano na tear gas, unaenda mkutano kuenda kuchilinga tear gas mwenyewe, na unaenda mkutano kama umebeba majambazi na maguns na visu na mawe na marungu. That we will deal with it firmly. The IG has a responsibility to ensure yule mtu alikuwa anatupa tear gas jana ndio blame police officers. He must be searched and arrested for that kind of acts of trying to seek for sympathy and to incite the people of Kenya.
Right now, the Archbishop of the Anglican Church of Kenya, that is Jackson Ole Sapit, has called on the Independent Electoral Monitoring Commission, that is the IEBC, to urgently address the escalating political tensions sweeping across the country more than a year and a half before the next general election. Now, speaking amid growing political activity Archbishop Sapit expressed concern over the rising political temperatures, warning that early hostility could undermine national stability and peaceful coexistence. Now, he strongly condemned the increasing use of hired gangs at political rallies, questioning that such actions pose a serious threat at national security and a democratic order. The Archbishop urged political leaders to tone down confrontational rhetoric and focus instead on delivering essential services to Kenyans. Take a look.
Ni nafasi yao kujitokeza wazi kwa Wakenya kusema kile kinafanyika sasa si halali ama haikubaliki, na basi waanze kuona ni nini inafanyika. IBC ndio inaweza pamoja na EACC kusema mikutano hizi ikiwa na furugu, basi wanaweza kudisqualify mtu kwa kuleta furugu. Sasa tumeingia culture ambayo hatujaona hapo awali ya watu wanaitwa goons, ambayo wanakombolewa na wanasiasa wa mirongo tofauti tofauti, na kila mrengo ina goons yake. Na nataka kutahadharisha Wakenya kwamba hawa ambayo tunawazoesha pesa ya fujo na furugu nje ya Haiti ilianza tu hivi. Wale walitrainiwa na mirengo za wanasiasa, na basi ikawa shida na tishio kwa nchi, mpaka nchi zingine na mataifa wanakuja kuingilia kati.
Right, it is exactly 18 minutes past the top of the hour. We are due for a short breather here on EBN Weekend Edition, but we'll be back in just a bit.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
From Nairobi, Kenya, this is EBN TV.
Watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
What makes a good morning show? Relevance.
Mambo ya housing itatuletea manufaa makubwa katika taifa letu la Kenya. Tuko na nafasi kubwa ya kubadilisha Kenya.
Tone.
This is a clear picture of a government who is supposed to protect his citizens stealing from the sensitive.
Narrative.
He's already poked holes on whether or not the public participation done was up to par, and whether or not he has got a bargaining ground at the corridors of court if it gets to the court.
And most importantly, value. If you go to arrest a corrupt person, the interpretation of a corrupt person is that that person is a thief. Exactly. And there is a law that bites a thief.
We don't just go to where the story is. We sieve through it, narrow it down, and serve it accurate.
What the principles of public participation that was supposed to have been enacted by the August House, this is the National Assembly, but they did not do, which was a disservice to them.
Balanced, realistic.
Doesn't matter whatever they are taking, whether it's hard drugs or alcohol or cigarette or marijuana, it doesn't matter what they are taking. You just deal with the client on an individual basis.
And distinctive.
We are here just to put up what we see as Gen Zs. We just want to say what we see because we are the one who are experiencing it.
But that's not all. Get ready to be inspired as you welcome a star-studded lineup of guests, talented actors.
80% ya life ya actor ni kukataliwa. Vile ukipata moja for that one vashita, there's like 20 failed auditions.
Inspiring poets.
Baba akaniambia, mwanangu, unapofeli anguka, inuka, jikukute tena, songa mbele. Maana Yesu katika safari yake ukombozi wa mwanadamu alianguka mara 3 na baadaye alimkomboa mwanadamu.
Dazzling models.
Like we have to smile, you have to, you know, whatever you're wearing you have to show us, you know.
Soulful musicians, passionate achievements and gifted portrait artists. They are here to share their journeys, their artistry and their visions for a vibrant future.
Morning Live with me, Jeff Kimai.
You are watching EBN TV, transforming your world.
Right, welcome back to the program. Moving on, residents of Bulakaratasi in Madogo, Tana River County woke up to a shock and grief after a 29-year-old man allegedly killed his wife.
Alimsaidia nyumba kwa wiki moja mbili ndio ajisimamie, ashughulikie familia yake. Sasa venye tulienda kazi jioni, kukuja asubuhi tumepata yeye amejimaliza, ameua bibi na ameua mtoto.
Nafikiri kitendo hiko haiko kitendo ambaye ilikuwa mzuri, na tunajaribu kuhimiza wazazi ya kwamba changamoto ya maisha iko, tusijaribu kuchukua hatua ya kisheria kwa mkono, ama tufanye kitendo kama hizi ambaye ni kitendo si mzuri.
Right, quite unfortunate story right there, and of course may their soul rest in peace. Moving on, Banyamulenge refugees living in Kenya have called on the international community to urgently intervene in the escalating violence in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, claiming civilians continue to bear the brunt of renewed attacks. Speaking during a memorial mass held in Nairobi to honor victims of the latest violence, members of the community alleged that recent attacks in South Kivu involved drone strikes reportedly carried out by Congolese government forces. Now, they claimed that the assaults left several civilians dead and homes destroyed. Community representatives said that the Banyamulenge people remain targets of violence due to their ethnic identity and cultural ties, despite having no influence over the colonial era borders that determined their nationality. They expressed concern over what they described as persistent insecurity in the region.
Na tunavyoishi, lakini kwa miaka hii 8 ya baadaye ndipo vita vilikuwa vikali zaidi, lakini siku hizi ni government yenyewe yote, karibu yote kabisa ni kinyume nasi. Kila siku drone zinaua watu, kila siku mabomu ya kila siku mpaka leo asubuhi vita vimeendelea.
Mimi ni miongoni mwa wale ambao nimejeruhiwa kupitia hizo vita. Unaona, sina viungo, sina mikono, hata na pande zingine ambazo nimeumia vikali kupitia miaka mingi ambazo tumepitia hizo vita. mpaka sasa hivi naendelea kuongea ama kulia ili Umoja wa Mataifa na nchi zingine zipate kutusikiza.
I used to live in Kasai. My husband was killed. I was in prison with my 7 children, including pregnancy. Because what? Because I was a Banyamulenge, only for the reason. And I believe whole world, the whole nation, they try just to ignore.
Now, dozens of young people have been urged to promote dialogue and peaceful coexistence as political activity intensifies ahead of the 2027 general elections. Now, the call was made during celebrations marking the 169th birthday of Lord Baden-Powell, founder of the Global Scouting Movement. The event held in Nyeri County brought together more than 10,000 scouts from across the country for fellowship, training and cultural exchange. Speaking at the event, Jacob Kaimeni, Chief Scout of the Kenya Scouts Association, cautioned young people against being drawn into electoral violence or being exploited by politicians for selfish interest. Ambassador Kaimeni emphasized that the youth have a critical role in safeguarding national unity and strengthening democratic values through constructive engagement rather than confrontation. All right, moving on, the Chief Justice Martha Koome on Friday launched her much-anticipated autobiography named Courting Courage, a personal tribute to her mother and a reflection of her journey from young mother to Kenya's top judicial reform leader. Now, the book chronicles Koome's lifelong commitment to justice, detailing her work with FIDA Kenya in advancing women's and children's rights, as well as her vision for accessible digital justice and comprehensive judicial reforms. Now, the launch attended by notable figures, including former Liberian President, that is Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, emphasized the values of knowledge, purpose, and resilience in shaping a lasting legacy in the judiciary. Now, Koome described the book as a testament to perseverance, dedication, and the pursuit of justice in the face of challenges. Take a look.
And the 3 women, nobody complained. Today, Judicial Service Commission has 9 women and the 3 men. So they should start getting used to that, because the cream has come on top, as it should. Women have sat in the judiciary and patiently worked there and waited, and therefore they have been promoted and promoted on merit. So we are asking other government agencies to come and benchmark with the judiciary. See how it is such a joy to include everybody.
You bring to the women of this world the possibility that they can be what they want to be. You bring to the children and the young girls of this world that what they need is to ensure they get a good education and that they prepare themselves for leadership.
All right, that particular story wraps up our program here on EBN Weekend Edition. Thank you so much for keeping us company until this particular minute. My name is Martin Macharia. Thank you so much for your time. It is exactly 31 minutes past the top of the hour. That's not to wrap up our program here on EBN Weekend Edition. And of course, on behalf of the entire team that made this particular broadcast a success, Nasema asante sana. Have yourself a good night, and as always, let's do this again when God says we do.